I'm Christopher of SeeBees Games, and this game you see before you is Stalingrad, and this man you see beside me is Gordon.
Chrissy's little helper.
Correct, and he's even got a label to show who he is.
Badge to prove who I am.
Is that for when you forget at the end of the day?
That's for when I get lost.
Yeah, that as well. Yeah.
Please look after this wargamer if you're
No,
adding
the
to
other
the
side says if found, please feed.
Yes, yeah.
I like that.
We're people of a certain age, so we've been wargaming for 40 years.
Between us, at least.
Oh, well, yeah,
more.
And
You 40, then me 27.
yes. And this particular game is about 30 years old. It's gone through various incarnations, all of them set in Stalingrad, sometimes with more tanks, sometimes with fewer tanks. This game's called Tank Hunting for Beginners. Do you want to say anything else about it?
No, you're doing so well.
Okay. So this is Tank Hunting for Beginners. It relies a lot on line of sight. Now, can you see that there are various numbers scattered around the playing area?
Yeah, I can see all them.
Okay. Well, they're tank location points. And here, I've got tank location cards. And each of these cards corresponds to one of these tank location points. So what happens is that one of us will draw a card. So supposing I draw a 3, the tank will be placed on point 3. You can see point 3 just there. Okay. Yeah,
I've got it.
My helper will put it on point 3.
And they always faced the next highest number. So it will face there, which orientates it to whether the firers get a front, rear or side shot at, obviously because armour and silhouette are different.
Now the Russians have 2 tank hunters. That's Vladimir, who's lying down, and that's Sergei, who's strolling along. And the players can deploy these tank hunters anywhere. For instance, just there. That's Sergei, and if Sergei can see the tank, then it remains on the playing area. He can see it. But if we deployed Sergei somewhere else, for instance, just there, he wouldn't be able to see the tank, so the tank would be removed. And Sergei would have to adopt another position where he can see it. Now the game, the players play against the game. They don't play against other players. And they control the Russians. The German side is controlled, it behaves randomly. So we have here, I don't know how well you can see this, because this says game activity. We roll a die, it's an 8-sided die. If it comes up as a 1, an 8-sided die.
Yeah. I don't even know what 8-sided dice looks like.
Yeah, well, if a 1 comes up, show what a 1 looks like.
Oh no.
If a 1 comes up, the tank will move. If a 2 comes up, the German sniper will appear and start to fire at the anti-tank rifleman. If a number 3 comes up, German infantry will attack one of the anti-tank riflemen. And if a 4 comes up, the tank will move. So if you remember, it was on point 3, wasn't it?
Yeah. We'll then take a new card, which in this case is 19.
So it's going.
It's as far as you can get away from each time, isn't it?
Exactly, yes.
We then remember how to pick it up so the turret doesn't fall off.
Yes.
And because Sergei can now see it, it is put on the table.
Yeah.
So we then roll for turn activity again, and on a 5 to 9, the Russians can do an action. But there are only two possible actions. One is to move, which you've already seen them do, and one is to fire. And now that Sergei can see the tank and is within range, he can fire at the tank. Range is 15 centimetres.
Which we are well within.
Yes. So he can fire.
With the D12.
We use a D. Oh yeah.
Yeah. There actually.
With a D12.
We come up with a 7.
Yeah. Well, I think it'll be a side shot that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Because it's a large silhouette, a 6 is all that's needed to hit.
Yeah.
But then roll again for whether it actually does damage and destroy. No, side armour being the second strongest, needed an 8.
It's very difficult to destroy the tank from the front, easy from the back,
And
the side is about the middle. So that's the game. We've got more incarnations of this game. This is Tank Hunting for Beginners, which takes place in Stalingrad in the autumn of 1942. We've got Tank Hunting for Veterans, which is Fallschirmjägers in East Prussia in autumn 1944.
I've got version 4 with 1/35th scale figures using shoeboxes for buildings. Set in 44, the Germans are trying to stop the Russians pushing in towards Berlin, using virtually the same rules, just very slight variations. The variation there being that there are some civilian vehicles which allow the Germans, which are part of the class of the partisans, to move around quicker, but they still get shot at just as much.
We've also got another one which will appeal to wargamers, which is called Tank Hunting for Old Men. This takes place in Berlin during March 1945, and the players control Volkssturm, who are old men given a Panzerfaust by Hitler and told to go out and shoot a tank. We've also got one in development, haven't we, Gordon?
Yes, Tank Hunting in Italian Renaissance. I am saying nothing about the tank.
I'm guessing it's Da Vinci's prototype.
I couldn't possibly answer that.
Now the question I would ask is, have you changed the gearing? Because his original design, the wheels turned in opposite directions.
With big sticks on the people turning the gears. Yes, it was hand and foot driven.
Yes.
Inside, and they supposedly they had to operate in opposite directions to go in one way. If they both moved the gear in the same way, they went round in circles.
Yeah, it's
Which may be one of the numbers on the dice roll.
So that's where the Flintstones got their idea from.
Yes.
I'll look forward to seeing that one.
Yeah, I look forward to helping him develop it.
Yes. Donations for a large model tank about gratefully received.
And I think
No, I found it.
the game's next appearance will be the 135th game at
Partisan at Newark. Can't remember the date.
21st of May.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll look forward to seeing you there. Thank you very much, gents.
Thank you.
Forward to seeing you. Yeah.
Right. Gordon is going to deploy his anti-tank rifleman. So that
Going in the building there and in the building there.
Okay. So I'll draw a tank location card. And if Gordon can see that point, I'll put the tank on the table. I think he can see it.
Maybe just, isn't it?
Yeah,
Just get that one in line of sight.
Yeah. Well, the blocking goes right to the edge of the base, but he can also measure it from the very edge of his base. So we'll say that he can see it. So we'll put the tank there. And Gordon now rolls a D8 for turn activity.
7.
The 7 gives him an action. And he can either move or fire.
First you've got to remember where he put his figures. He'll move. To my range there. I'm in range, so I'm going to fire. I'm anywhere in the building, so I'll be there.
So Gordon's going to fire, and he'll be firing at the front of the tank. So it's a front silhouette. He'll roll a D12, and he needs to roll an 8.
Missed.
He's only rolled a 2. Sorry, 8 or more. He's only rolled a 2, so he missed. So roll a D8 for turn activity.
5.
5. That gives Gordon another turn.
I'll now move to the edge of the building and fire again.
Don't blame you. So again, he needs an 8 or more.
No, that's
Roll again.
5. No.
Missed again. Roll a D8 for turn activity. 7. So Gordon gets another go. Let's see if he can hit the tank this time.
He'll move into the building.
Okay. So the one that moved can't fire. Oh, he's hit the tank.
Hit it.
Let's see if he can destroy it. He needs an 11. And he got a 1.
Couldn't be much further away.
So the turn activity again, a D8. 5, so Gordon gets another turn.
I get 2 shots at goes at firing.
Yes, but they're both within. They can both see the tank and they're both within range.
Both front.
Oh, I think we'll give
claim being there.
Oh yeah, we'll give him side.
Yeah.
So which one are you rolling for first?
Sorry.
Oh, he missed.
Yeah.
So a side
And
shot.
then side shot. Hit.
That hit. Now he's going to roll to see if he's knocked it out.
Do with an 8 or better. I suppose really. No.
No. So he hit it, but he failed to knock it out. He now rolls a D8 again to see what turn activity is.
2.
2. I think that is something that the Germans are going to do. It's a German sniper. The German sniper isn't actually represented by a figure, but it can still be quite effective. So I'm going to roll a die to see which of Gordon's figures the sniper is going to fire at. And an even chance that it will be Sergei, which is him. So an even chance that it's Sergei. It's a 4, it's even, so the sniper is going to fire at Sergei.
And I am lucky, I can see a glint of his lens on his scope, so I'm going to duck behind cover.
Oh, okay. So Sergei is in a building behind cover, so I need to roll...
Gone to ground as well.
Yeah, so I need to roll an 11 or more to kill him. And I rolled a 2, so I didn't. Now because Gordon went to ground, he was less likely to be hit, but he's now less likely to have the next turn, so we roll a D6. Ah, and he doesn't get the next turn, because a 1 is tank movement.
No.
So I'll
One is tank fire.
Oh sorry, number 1 is tank fire. It's a good job Gordon knows the rules. So
I ought to have enough times, I should do.
that's true, yes. the tank could fire at either of them, so I'll determine randomly which one it's going to be. Even chance that I'm going to fire at Sergei. So even chance it's Sergei, and it is. It's going to fire at Sergei. Does Sergei want to go to ground?
Definitely, I can see that turret moving.
Yeah, so he's so he's in a building, gone to ground. So I need to roll an 11 or 12 to hit him. And I've rolled a 7, so I've had no effect on him. So Gordon rolls a d6. He throws a 3, which I think is German infantry. So the German infantry, I'll put them there for the moment, are going to attack either Sergei or Vladimir. Even chance that it's Sergei. It's Sergei. So everyone's
They don't like Sergei, do they?
They don't like him at all, do
Yeah, but
they?
if you're going to stand up, well, what do you expect?
Well, yeah, that's true. So does Sergei want to take defensive action?
Yes.
Okay.
I've seen you coming.
Yeah, right. So Sergei is a single anti-tank rifleman in defensive mode, so I need a 9 or more to eliminate him. So let's see what we can do. I've got a 10, so that eliminates him for the time being. But he'll now go into a replacement pool. When Gordon has another turn, he can bring him back on again. Or his cousin, who's also called Sergei. So if you'd like to roll for turn activity again, you took defensive action, so it's a d6.
D6 again.
A 1, which is tank fire again.
Yes.
And there's only one figure left to fire at, which is Vladimir. Does Vladimir want to go to ground?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So it would be 11 or 12 again. And it's a 3, so Vladimir survives. So roll a d6. A 3.
Infantry.
Yeah, the infantry are going for Vladimir this time because he's the only one left. So does Vladimir want to take defensive action?
Oh, definitely.
Okay. So I need to roll what are you, a 9 or more. And I've rolled a 9. So that's Vladimir out of the way.
Right, you could have your infantry. So move back.
Now both Vladimir and Sergei are in the replacement pool. However, Gordon now rolls for turn activity again, and if it's his turn, he can bring them back on. If it's the German turn, he's lost the game and the game's over. It's his turn, so he can bring them back on again. Oh no, hang on. Yes, sorry, yes, that's right, yes. Sorry. And he can deploy them anywhere. Oh, hang on. Because he couldn't see where the tank was,
The tank now disappeared.
we have to take it off, and he's got to try to remember where it was.
Which I can.
Oh, all right, okay.
I'm not sure I want to be there.
So Vladimir's gone back, or Vladimir's cousin has gone back to where Vladimir was.
Yes, they're both gone
Yeah, and Sergei's cousin, he's done the same
back
thing.
where they were.
Yeah. So they now can see the tank again. So we'll put the tank back. So roll a d8 for turn activity. A 6. So that gives Gordon another turn.
So
you go to
firing with Sergei first. Side shot.
Yeah. Yes. We'll give him a side shot.
6 for that, don't I?
Yeah.
An 8.
So he's missed.
And an 8 to destroy.
That destroys him. That destroys the tank, and
I'll stand here and watch it burn.
yes.
Well, actually, I won't. I'll run away just in case.
And we've got our specially patented smoke and so on to show that the tank's been
Can't
destroyed.
afford cotton wool.
No.
Is that enough?
That was really fun, gents. Thanks for that. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please click on the like button below so that I know what people like and I know what to make more of. Alternatively, if you've enjoyed it and think you'd like to see more, please click on the subscribe button. That way you get notified by YouTube whenever I bring out a new video. And you never know, there might be something in there that you hadn't considered, because I do cover a variety of things on the channel. And finally, if you have a little bit of cash going, I now have a Patreon account. I'm always looking for patrons, because at the end of the day, let's be perfectly honest, it's a good way for me to get a little bit of money that will use to buy review items or to travel to museums and so on. I don't put a huge amount on that. At the minute, all we've got is one tier charging £1 a month, which just, as I say, helps cover my costs. See you soon.